All the decadent horrors I have seen pale in comparison to that final, crowning thing. I could not look, nor could I look away.
Well, we're going to be exploring that thing sooner or later. Hello everyone, Science Viking here, and it's time to return to Darkest Dungeon. As we left things last time, well, we pretty much need to start another mission, because we don't really have enough gold or heirlooms to do much else. So, let's embark. Let's see. I could try to take on the Siren again. Ooh, the Siren's conch is rather nice. We could also attempt to take on the Swine God. Who could we send? Let's see, we have a level 5 Vestal. Let me see something. Do we have a Sacred Scroll and a Book of Holy Healing? We may not. Well, actually, wait, there's an easy way to find out. Unequip all trinkets. And then sort by character class restriction. We have a Sacred Scroll, but we lost our... Yeah, we did lose our last Book of Holy Healing. Let's see. I could attempt to take on the Swine God. Who can go on a champion level mission? That means who is champion level and has low enough stress. So Bowen, Vastal, Adenel, Sordival, Damour, Clarinel, Koliar. That's it. And Bertram. Let's see. If we're going on a champion level mission, we're bringing a Vestal. So Damour is in. Other than her... Let's see. I would probably... I think I am going to do this. I would bring Sordival, Vastal. Actually, they should be reversed in position. And Koliar. Because enemies in this area tend to have relatively weak bleeding resistance. And so Koliar's ability to inflict bleeding is going to be very useful. He's also actually stronger in position 3 than he is in position 2. So this is the team we're using. Now let's equip him. Let's see. Bleeding Pendant, I'm definitely giving that to the Hellion. Not a big fan of Hell's Hairpin, though. However, where exactly was it? There was, let's see, the Crescendo box, plus 2 speed and plus 15% damage. It was the Martyr's Seal, unless I think we lost the Martyr's Seal to somebody, to someone dying, because otherwise I'd like to equip her with the Martyr's Seal. Ancestor's Scroll isn't bad, but honestly, the plus 15% damage at the cost of plus 10% stress is pretty good. Now for our Man-at-Arms, we have no Man-at-Arms specific equipment. The Necromancer's Collar isn't terribly useful. Let's see. However, the Tough Ring is great for Man-at-Arms. I'm perfectly happy to tank the Man-at-Arms' damage in favor of protection, health and stuff. In fact, let's do that even further and give him the Protection Stone, give him a full 15% protection. Alright, do we have any Jester-specific equipment? Yes, we do. Bloody Dice, absolutely are we equipping those. And I'll go with the Critical Dice instead of the Dark Tambourine. The Death Blow resistance is good, but we really need the damage. The Vestal gets the Sacred Scroll. And I'll give her the Ancestor's Scroll. The increased stress is at least somewhat manageable because we have a jester to mitigate stress effects. Let's see. Do I want to trade in pep talk for turn back time? Yeah, I think I will. Since Sword of All already has the right stuff. Yep. Alright. And, kind of against my better judgment, we're taking on the Swine God. Definitely need a few shovels. Plenty of torches. I'm not forgetting torches again. A lot of anti-venom and a few bandages. Good amount of medicinal herbs, because we're likely to need those. A little holy water is always helpful. And I'm not forgetting the food. Food, don't forget the food. Alright, let's do this. Here's hoping we don't lose everybody.
The great thing I had managed to bring through was brutish and stupid. Moreover, it required prodigious amounts of meat to sustain itself. But this was only a trifling concern. After all, I had a village full of it.
I didn't think the ancestor could get worse, but he managed to get worse.
A nameless abomination. A testament to my failures. It must be destroyed.
Alright. So I'm gonna go with this room so we can get the treasure. Yeah, that's not even cannibalism. I'm not entirely sure what to call that at this point. Feeding humans to your pet eldritch abomination. And they said I was the black sheep of the family. Okay, we got a Swinotar, and he's already in position to use his charging ability. I'm still opening up with if it bleeds. Ooh, critical if it bleeds. Oh, that isn't good. I can't target the meat hooker with Rampart. Rampart only knocks the target back 1. I can't hit the champion with it to stun it, so I'm just gonna use Defender on one of the squishies and cross my fingers. Because I'm gonna get hit by his boar rush ability. Or I'm not. Ow.
Unbalanced.
Right. And it's our good old friend, Harvest. Oh, critical harvest, too. It is not the champion's day. Alright, let's see what that Ancestor's Relic can do. Not quite as good as the Tome of Holy Healing, but I'll take it. How much is he bleeding for? 8. Do I wanna... I'll just go with... He has 40% protection. We really need bleeding.
Well struck.
Though even with 40% protection...
Ringing ears. Blurred vision.
Well, Defender is still doing us...
Approaches.
Defender is still doing us some good, because it's at least increasing Sword of All's protection. Alright. And the Vestal's gonna have to continue doing her thing, trying to keep everyone relatively intact. And... let's see if we can... stun the champion.
A devastating blow.
Yes, he resisted the move, so he isn't moved back, but he also is stunned, so we didn't get to use Trot Retrieve. Right. And now that the... Why? Oh, right, because Rampart moves the user forward 1. Oops! Forgot about that effect. Oh, the Hellion's out of position. And the Jester is out of hit points! Yay! Alright, Harvest is pointless, but we can finish this guy off with Slice Off.
Precision.
There we go.
Power.
Truly amusing. Alright, Damor, just put the Vestal back together. Just pack all the organs back inside and sew that guy up. so that he stays in one piece. Alright, it's time for more defendering. Okay, so he can only be guarding one person at a time. Right. Okay, the meat hooker has pretty good bleed resistance, but he also has pretty good protection.
Impressive.
As it turns out, neither is enough to save him. May as well use Adrenaline Rush, because these two will die of bleeding on their next turn.
Slowly, gently. This is how
Or not.
Is taken.
However, I want to get another chance to use Divine Grace and heal Koliar a bit. And you know what, Sword of All? You've done a good job defending your allies this battle. Why don't you do the honors?
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
Sword of All decides to show his teammates that while he is a tank, he can do damage if he wants to.
But a victory nonetheless.
Okay. What to drop? I'll drop the Onyx for the rubies. Alright. And no scouting this time. And unfortunately, since our area is a cube, where it's not obvious where the boss is. Also, yay, more stealth. Just what I always wanted. Enemies I can't target. And more vomiting, too. If I'm lucky, I can hit these guys with Harvest, though.
Grievous injury. Palpable fear.
So we're going to start with Retribution. Okay, it missed, but that doesn't stop it from granting him riposte. May as well use Iron Swan on the guy in the back. Ooh! This is why we have a Hellion! And because I forgot to equip Battle Ballad, I'm reduced to using Inspiring Tune to reduce the stress levels. Right. How long are they? Okay, so there's only one more round of stealth, and then we can damage them. I suppose we can just make sure that the Heaver dies during that one round. Like so.
Destroyed.
Koliar, I don't even know what to say at this point. It is just not your day. Actually, I guess the enemy's figured out who's the greatest threat, focusing on him. Though he seems to find that very amusing. Alright, crush the one with more hit points. Alright. By the end of this, Koliar is going to be held together by duct tape and hope. Like I said. No.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
Well, at least he's having fun as he
Expedition
gradually
at least
dies.
promises success.
I'll drop the one portrait for the 4 busts. Right. Okay. Use a bandage. More gold and more food. Not going to worry about the gold, but I am now that we have a very large excess of food. We can use that combined with our hero's extremely rapid metabolism to heal them instantly with lunch. Never underestimate the healing properties of lunch. Okay, and more scouting. Alright. Wait a second. That's exactly what I needed it to be. So we got a room battle with treasure and then the boss. Alright. It is almost exactly the opposite corner from where we entered, which is kind of appropriate. Let's light up some of our excess of torches, and hunger, which is actually helpful more than harmful. Also, that we had that 1 in a million chance, we got hunger without backtracking. And bandits. At this point, you know, bandits, you're in the Warrens, you've seen how messed up everything is, you've seen, like, the eldritch abominations encroaching on reality. I just have to ask, why are you still here? What are you getting out of this that's worth being here? I mean, I guess some people are just really determined to earn that Darwin.
Masterfully executed.
Then again, I suppose you could ask the same question about me and my whole expedition. Why are we still doing this? And the answer is, who knows? Maybe secretly I am the ancestor, and I'm just trying to repair all the damage I caused. And I just don't want to admit to it, because who would admit to really being that guy? Alright. That's wicked hack on this one.
Continue the onslaught.
Thankfully, it's not a critical.
Destroy them all.
Which means that the blanket fire guy is still within range of harvest. I love it when a plan comes together. Okay, that's the end of them.
Death. Unforeseen. Unforgiving.
I'm actually going to use Defender because I'm hoping to get a chance to use Divine Comfort one more time. And I got it. And I'll just use Meaningless Adrenaline Rush. And there we go.
By inches.
Alright. 750 gold. The gold can stay behind. However, let's light up the firewood while I try desperately not to sneeze. Alright. And we can afford a feast.
Furtive and vulnerable.
You know, we can afford
Rats in a maze.
we can afford a feast, but we don't need a feast. Nobody's stress is okay, a few people's stress is kinda high, but nobody's stress is that bad, so we may as well just have a full meal, make sure everyone's at full health, and then let's see. Weapons practice. All companions plus 10% damage. We definitely want that. Tiger Eye. One companion. Plus 10 accuracy and plus 8 critical. Let's see. I can use Sanctuary. Or I can use Sharpened Spear. I'm going to use Sharpened Spear. And then I may as well use Encourage on the Vestal, and I'm gonna risk a Midnight Surprise this time, because these kinds of combat buffs are worth it.
The promise of safety.
And my gamble paid off. Okay, what to draw? So I dropped the Holy Water for 8 crests. And the rest of this stuff can stay behind for now. I mean, we've still got a hallway battle between us and the boss. Oh, more heavers! Just what I always wanted. Ramen. Alright.
Obliterated.
That's one. Didn't expect that to kill. However, if we can stun it.
The ground quakes.
Now let's see what Koliar can do with our good friend Slice Off.
A singular strike.
Okay, it will still. So, of the 3 heavers, one of them actually gets to do something next turn. And it missed. Nice job, guys. This is my favorite kind of hallway battle. Uneventful.
Maintain
or not.
offensive.
I forgot their agility is really high. Oh, let's see if the Vestal can kill it. Not quite. May as well let her regenerate some hit points. And this better hit.
As the fiend falls,
There we go.
a faint hope blossoms.
Yeah, emeralds are worth 750 each. I'm gonna let those go. However, this hallway battle managed to remind me I want to drop Inspiring Tune for Battle Ballad. Because that extra accuracy and critical rate can be much more useful, especially since the stress levels are all pretty low. I'm not touching the scrolls. And moment of truth time. Let's see how I managed to fuck this up.
It is a travesty. A blundering mountain of hatred and rage.
Bit of squeal. Fortunately, the Vestal managed to resist it. Okay, its bleeding resistance is pretty low. Its stun resistance, however, is very high, so I guess we're not going to be using Rampart. Wilbur's stun resistance is lower. Well, stacking bleeding damage was always the plan for me. Alright. We use Defender. We know that the Swine God is going to target the Hellion, so I'm going to use Defender on the Hellion. I'm not sure whether he's going to use an attack that hits both of them or an attack that hits either of them. Okay, both. But the increased protection is still good. It actually managed to keep him to the point where he doesn't even need to be healed. And slice off. Okay. This is still going to be a long fight no matter what we do.
To a killing blow.
And Defender is already worth it. Because now the Hellion isn't stunned. I'm wondering if I should be using Wicked Hack instead. Okay. Just gonna keep healing. Vestal doesn't really need to do much other than heal.
Sedated.
Okay, yep, and that time it did a bit more because the Man-at-Arms doesn't have a protection bonus. Actually, he does, and it did that much anyway, never mind. That ability just hits hard. If only his stun resistance wasn't 140%.
Reeling, about to break.
Oh great, and now the medic is stunned. I'm still gonna use If It Bleeds. I can use Adrenaline Rush to get her off of Death's Door.
And purpose.
His health is going down fairly quickly. And part of it is, wait, no, he doesn't get 2 actions per round, he only gets 1. He's already marked, so Retribution can't really make that worse, and it means that he'll get a riposte attack. So I may as well do that. He even still has the protection bonus from Defender, and Defender won't stop Obliterate Masses.
Perched at the very precipice of oblivion.
Right, Vastal is at Death's Door. Okay, and Bit of Squeal didn't target her. Riposting Wilbur, I hadn't really thought about the possible problems that could cause. Okay, he's bleeding for 23. Slice off. 28 now. So Vastal managed to be knocked down to Death's Door twice before getting her first turn. Well, Adrenaline Rush, just like I said I would. Now she's back off of Death's Door. We are actually... This is going okay, though. He's bleeding for a lot relative to how many hit points he has left. Of course, then we have to deal with Wilbur. However, if I start wearing Wilbur down before he's actually... well, Riposte is kind of already doing that, but if I start wearing Wilbur down before the Swine God is fully dead, I just realized that Harvest doesn't hit both of them, then... Ooh.
Such a terrible assault cannot be left unanswered.
And Vastal's in danger again. If I can... Not sure Defender will do any good, but I'm using it anyway. If I can get Wilbur down to critical health, I might be able to finish him off in the same round I finish off the Swine God. In fact, slice off. That's the end of the Swine God, so now I can just focus on Wilbur. Actually, it doesn't matter. As long as Vastal is not on Death's Door, we're okay. Right. He doesn't have Riposte anymore, so I'm going to use Retribution to get Riposte back. And the Swine God doesn't get a turn this round because he's going to die of bleeding. So, let's see if we can finish Wilbur off with Iron Swan. We can! What?
Death waits for the slightest lapse
What?
in concentration. How many rats will it take to gnaw through a ton of putrid flesh?
Okay, I guess that's considered a counterattack and doesn't require him to have a turn. I didn't know that. Well, he's dead now. And I mean, we survived, but with 2 people at death's door, I don't think we're gonna do any further exploration. I'm gonna drop the extra stuff so that I can take all. I'm gonna drop some of the supply items so that I can take all. And yeah, we're not exploring any further after that. But we got rid of a champion level boss. I'm satisfied, mostly. And we have Wilbur's flag. That's gonna be pretty nice. That 50% stun resistance. Only about 5,000 gold worth of loot, though. Though the 15,000s, that'll make up for that. I feel okay about how that went. And the one hero who wasn't resolved level 6 is level 6 now, and is fragile, and bulimic. Though Second Wind is really not useful in the Vestal either. Ah, great, and now Sordaval is a necromaniac. Okay, Vastal's Lygophobia is largely irrelevant, because I don't let the torch level get that low unless we're fighting a Shambler.
In time, you will know the tragic extent of my failings.
Alright. Let's see, we got some diseases to treat. Let's start with that. Where's Damour? Let's treat Damour's bulimia. And we got some stress relief that we need to do. But that's the end of the Swine God. So I guess we just committed deicide. Right. And okay, where is Vastal? She's all the way at the bottom. Right. Alright. Now we got some gold to spend. Let's see, how's Bretula? Bretuli's fully upgraded. Most of the high level people are. At least with their weapons and armor. Yeah, I have so many heroes, I actually have trouble keeping track of who's who and what upgrades they have. How's Bowen? I actually have to click on the thing. Well, I can upgrade Bowen's armor. Now let's pop over to the guild. Because I gotta spend this gold somehow, it's burning a hole in my pocket. Let's see. Bertrand's Incision and Battlefield Medicine can be upgraded. I believe Clarinel, all of the skills of hers that I use are maxed out. Sigmund is also maxed out. Bretuli, let's see, Absolution and Rage could be upgraded. And Rage is a very high critical modifier, that is good. And Absolution helps mitigate the stress that he inflicts on himself when he's transformed. For Bowen, I'd upgrade Chop and Hew. That's all I want to spend on a single hero for now. How about Seguier? Let's see. Suppose I could upgrade Invigorating Vapors a couple of times. Carnivale. I'd upgrade Slice Off and Harvest. And I'll upgrade Battle Ballad and Dirk Stab too. How about upgrading buildings? Let's see. So the tavern, we can almost max out the tavern. How about the abbey? Can we max out the abbey yet? No, we're a lot farther away from maxing out the abbey. However, I can definitely trade a few heirlooms around to upgrade the, to get the last upgrade for the tavern. So let's do that. I need 3 portraits. Alright. And let's max out another building.
Strong drink, a game of chance, and companionship.
The tavern my ancestor
of life.
was. Alright. Let's see, I could upgrade the nomad wagon, but I don't really get much use out of the nomad wagon. The only upgrade I could get for the stagecoach would increase the number of recruits, which is somewhat useful, but not amazing. I'd love to increase the number of patient cells, but that requires a few more busts than we currently have. And the survivalist requires a few more crests than we currently have. Let's look into the abbey. And yeah, we can't trade for enough busts to upgrade the abbey either. I'm not used to having this many heirlooms and not being able to upgrade anything, but the nomad wagon is the only thing we might be able to upgrade. Okay, we could upgrade the nomad wagon, but like I said, I rarely really use the nomad wagon. Though the redemption armlet would be great if I could afford it, so maybe I should be upgrading the merchant network occasionally. On the other hand, I could also hold... I think I'm going to save my heirlooms to upgrade structures that I use more, like the survivalist and the abbey and the sanitarium. Either way, though, I am going to get us a fresh recording file before we proceed, so I will be back in a moment.
All the decadent horrors I have seen pale in comparison to that final, crowning thing. I could not look, nor could I look away.
Alright, I am back, and from the state of our funds, I'd say it's time to embark on another mission. Let's see what we can get. Alright. Could get a bumper crop, that would be nice. Yeah, I'll get a bumper crop no matter what we do. I could try to take on the siren again, but I think I'm still afraid of that thing. I'm not sure I want to try that again just yet. Let me see something. Ooh, the Ancestor's Portrait for a long exploration mission. Or I could get the Fortifying Garlic from this mission. Let's see, who really needs experience? Let's see, we definitely need another Houndmaster before we take on the Flesh. We have or another champion level Houndmaster. Let's see, what do I get from this one? Spiked Collar. Yeah, I think I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to take on this mission. I'm going to bring Vane. All the way in the back, we'll have Sword of All. Fusho, or Pusho, I'm not sure whether that's a P or an F. Pusho. In this position, dropping Lick Wounds for Blackjack. And then in the middle back, we bring Sigmund. The Huntsman Corps. And... Damour, I'm taking away your equipment. We're gonna need to make some progress towards getting to take on the Flesh, and I definitely want to have a champion level Houndmaster when we try to kill the Flesh. Right. Let's see, what Houndmaster equipment do we have now? Yeah, we already have a spiked collar, so getting another one won't be that good. Though given how often we lose trinkets, I'm not really sure. Let's see, I can use Wilbur's Flag, the Hag's Ladle, or the Necromancer's Trophy. I'm actually going to give him Wilbur's Flag, especially since he has reduced healing received. The Hunter's Talon. Increased critical and accuracy, I definitely like that. And the unmovable helmet. Alright, for Sword of All. Let's see. Vengeful Greaves, and do we still have the Sniper's Ring, or did I lose that? If we lost the Sniper's Ring, I'm going to have to give that to somebody else. It looks like if we lost it, I'm going to have to give it to someone else, because that's how losing things works. It means that one specific hero can't use it, but other heroes still can. In that case, I'll give her the Medic's Greaves. Okay. Gonna trade Rallying Flare for Suppressing Fire. Let's see. Uppercut is pretty. Yeah, I'll stick with Uppercut. Alright. Well, let's see. This is also a long mission. You know, the Beast Slayer's Ring is actually probably going to be more useful than the Spiked Collar, and a Bumper Crop is still likely to be helpful. So, I'm actually going to do this mission instead. Right. Bring some bandages. Plenty of anti-venom. As always, torches. Shovels. Oh, we don't need that many shovels. 2 shovels actually should do it. Some medicinal herbs, a few keys, and may as well bring a little holy water. And I didn't. Thank you for stopping me from doing this with no food. Can we get a message like that when I forget to purchase torches? 'Cause I forget to purchase torches. So they have one of those if you haven't brought any food, but they don't have one for if you haven't brought any torches. That seems weird to me. I'd expect to have one for both. Well, I suppose the developer can't think of every kind of incompetence. I mean, my means of incompetence are many and subtle. I can't really expect a developer to figure out every way that I can mess this up.
Even the fiercest beast will lay down when it is not eaten. Steal their food.
Okay, I don't need to go this way at all, which is good, because I don't want to go through an obstacle to get a room battle. Ah, bandits! Hello, bandits! Well, the thing about bandits is, collect bounty deals extra damage to the unit if they aren't marked. Sniper shot doesn't, though. I'm still using it. I just want to get them all critical. Let's see. Dazzling Light, I'm looking for more hit points. Well, he resisted it. I forgot to equip Hound's Harry. Well, let's just try to stun the Cutthroat then. See? Like I said, there's layers of there's nuance to my incompetence. See, I remember to equip Blackjack, but I forgot to equip Hound's Harry. Well, let's just go with Hound's Rush. Well, that's the end of him. Right, now we just need to repair the damage from Blanket Fire. And Vane should be able to finish the job once he gets a turn. Ooh. Yeah, Vane, pay him back for that.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
Fortunately, because of the trinkets, I can actually restore almost as many hit points as I lost just for, with Divine Comfort. Okay, that was the wrong hero. I want to change, I want to drop Cry Havoc for Hound's Harry. There we go. Now the abilities are actually correct. I think. But I'm probably wrong. Okay, we got a secret door. And our first quest location. Our first 2 quest locations. I'm going to go back to the secret door now, though. Backtracking generally does not end well for this team. Alright, and we have a key. And what to drop? I'll drop the jade for the trapezohedron. Okay, and back to the mission. And so the two of the 3 quest locations are before we get to this huge grid of rooms. How much you want to bet that the last one is here, all the way in the opposite corner, and we're just going to have to wander the entire labyrinth looking for it? Who am I kidding? Nobody would take that bet. That's obviously what's going to happen. Alright. And we found the wondrous bounty of an empty room. Oh, right, I have to carry the grain. I forgot about that. Ooh, and I also forgot about the trap that was in the hall. Well, we found 25 gold, so today was a good day. You know, Mr. Large Corpse Eater, if you just stay back, we'll kill the other 2 and then you can just eat them. How's that sound? Sniper's mark on the Corpse Eater. This is gonna be fun. This is gonna be fun. We have 3 different people who can both mark and exploit.
Struck.
Whoa. Well, let's finish the job. Or not. You know what? As just the final indignity, finish him off with judgment.
The greater the glory.
Wow, the Vestal's been munched. That's almost as bad as being gravely nibbled. Alright, target whistle on the spawn. And come hither on the Corpse Eater. And now we have them right where I want.
Annihilated.
I love that increased critical rate against Mark. And, well, there's a reason why we bring anti-venom. And now it's just waiting for somebody to get a turn. Is Hound's Rush the only Mark exploiting ability that can hit any position? Because I know Collect Bounty can only hit positions 1 and 2, and Sniper Shot can only hit positions 2, 3, and 4, so... Right. We already have a lot of gold, so I'm going to take the portrait and... You know, I'm going to drop the dog treats, because we're honestly unlikely to need them in this mission. I'll light 1 torch and drop 1 torch.
Spirits are lifted.
And this leaves us
made clear.
Okay. Ooh, lots of traps. Ooh, lots of scouting. Curio, 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 curio. It looks like I was right. The it's gonna be a bit of a hike to get to the last quest location. But that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to attempt to disarm. This is what happens when there's a trap in the first tile after you enter the area. Oh, and an item for the holy water I dropped. That's wonderful. Oh, looks like we're gonna get gravely nibbled. Alright. Collect bounty on one of the maggots. Judgment on the other one.
Be gone, fiend.
Unfortunately, this means that all we can use is battlefield bandage. Forgot those guys don't leave behind corpses.
Beyond one's limits.
Okay. Well, this'll do it. Oh, right, fast. Wait, they only have speed of 5. Alright, there we go.
To the pit.
I probably shouldn't feel that good about myself for taking on, I probably shouldn't feel...
Is it merely a trick of the light?
You done, Ancestor? Okay, I probably shouldn't feel that good about myself for taking on 2 maggots and a spider, but I do. And, yep, I called it! I actually did call it! It's in the opposite corner from where we enter this area. Well, I knew the game was going to do something to torment me, and it looks like this was it. Well, we can get to this room battle with treasure after we have a hallway battle with cultists. 2 cultists and a pig. I'm sure there's a joke in there somewhere. Dazzling light on the one that isn't marked. And let's see if you can take this guy out. You cannot. Alright. Let's see. I can definitely kill... The cultist is only bleeding for 2. I can definitely kill him with a sniper shot. Let's just take him out of the fight. Which means that we only have to deal with vomit this turn. And now, I know it's not going to stun him. Well, actually, it might. He only has 95% stun resistance. But if I can knock you back, you have to use Stumbling Scratch on your next turn.
Devastating blow.
Oh, stunned and knocked back. I am liking the bounty hunter's high speed. And judgment. And now Hound's Harry will kill one and wound the other.
Formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
Okay, I guess the knockback didn't end up doing us any good, but we also didn't end up needing it. There we go. This is what happens when I try to get clever. It ends up not mattering.
These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
I'm gonna gamble that in the one unmapped hallway, there isn't going to be an obstacle. There we go. Of course, now that I've said that, there will be, and it's going to cause somebody to become afflicted, and that will be the first step in everything going wrong and everyone dying. I mean, we all know this is Darkest Dungeon. That's just how things happen. Right, target whistle on... You're considered human and beast. Target whistle reduces protection. Yeah, we should be able to take the Reaver out in one solid hit from Collect Bounty. And in the meantime, suppressing fire reduces the enemy's accuracy. So let's just go with that. Let's see. Yeah, Dazzling Light on the Reaver, so that if it survives the first hit, it won't get to attack. And let's see what this does. Destroy. It does that! And the accuracy debuff is already paying off. Mostly. Ooh, hook where it hurts. I swear, I'll never get used to the fact that when we surprise the enemy, they always get 2 consecutive rounds. Or almost always get 2 consecutive rounds. Okay, how do we want to do this? Let's see. Target Whistle will reduce his protection, and then I can finish him off with Sniper Shot. And in the meantime, the little drummer pig is considered human, so I don't need to mark him. There we go. And in fact, even though our health's a little low, let's see if we can stun the spawns. Yep, that means we don't take any more damage this fight. Well, assuming something doesn't go horribly wrong.
Be wary. Triumphant pride precipitates a dizzying fall.
Let's see. I'm actually going to gamble dropping the bandages and the anti-venom for the portraits. I know it's a bit of a risk, and the gold. I know it's a bit of a risk, but we can afford to take it. And now is probably a good time to light up the...
Gathered close in tenuous firelight and uneasy
food.
Companionship.
And... Oh right, this one doesn't have sanctuary. This Vestal doesn't have sanctuary, and we also don't have Hound's Watch. And we don't actually have any abilities that we could potentially use to prevent a nighttime ambush. Well, that's a problem. Let's see. Let's go with this is how we do it. And then we may as well use Therapy Dog. And then I may as well use Encourage on one of the few people who has any stress. And I can still use Encourage on the Vestal. And, well, we're all at full health except for the Vestal, and we're all at 0 stress, so even if we do get ambushed, I think it'll be okay.
The light, the promise of safety.
Right. Okay, so I haven't missed it, so it must be in either this room or one of these two. There it is! Alright. However, I'm going to see what's in this room, and then I'm opening that chest. I wanted to get the last of I wanted to explore the last of this so that we can afford to drop the supply items. Alright. And now we have a chest to loot. Yay! Alright. Skeleton key. Got our interchangeable antimatter keys.
Could staunch the flow of otherworldly corruption.
Right. And the torches. And that was a pretty profitable mission. Well, let's get out of here before something terrible happens.
Our supplies are replenished. The soldiers will feast tonight.
13,000 gold, admittedly mostly thanks to the trapezohedrons in that hidden room. Not a bad haul of heirlooms either. Vane is a Warren's tactician. Pusho is afraid of demons. When Sigmund is obsessed with food, that could be a problem. And Sordaval is a misanthrope. That could be useful taking on bandits.
A modest offering from those few surrounding farms as yet untouched by the spreading calamity.
Oh right, that's what a bumper crop does. Supplies cost nothing for the next mission. That's going to be helpful. Alright. And we can afford to upgrade some things. Let's see, I obviously need to trade for stuff to upgrade the Survivalist. Honestly, Patient Cells is the thing I want the most. Yeah, 60 busts is more than we have and more than we can trade for. I could upgrade the Abbey, but I'm inclined to actually hold out until I can upgrade the Patient Cells, so I think I'll hold off on upgrading any buildings this time. Let's see how this few show. We don't really have a lot of heroes to upgrade. Right. I think Bowen is still good. Well, I could upgrade Solemnity. Roared needs some work. Good Hack, Iron Swan. If it bleeds, Adrenaline Rush. And upgrade the same things a second time. How's Roard's equipment? Roard's equipment is good. Well, let's remove some negative quirks. Let's see, for Damour, none of her positive quirks are that useful. However, I do need to get rid of Fragile, so I'm going to do that. Let's see, Clarinel. I think I want to get rid of Clarinel's light sensitive. That could be a serious problem since I tend to keep the torch level high, and Clarinel is primarily a damage dealer. 4,500 gold. Well, fortunately, we're rich. Alright. Also, this has become common enough that I've almost stopped noticing it, but we finished another mission with no one at a high enough level of stress to need stress treatment. Bertulli could stand to have some experience. At some point, I am going to have to do another novice mission. You see, Darcy is pretty okay. Just upgrade some of his abilities. Upgrade the core. Oh, command. I don't use that, but that's actually a pretty good ability. When I think about it. Because you can guard, it makes a character deal extra damage while they're being guarded by the man-at-arms, and also increases their accuracy and critical rate. Using that on a Hellion, or even on a leper to make up for the lack of accuracy could be really useful. However, I'm actually going to pop over to the survivalist and see what camping skills people can learn. You see, tactics could be extremely good, as could instruction with the increased accuracy. Because the significance of instruction is you can use that on a leper to make up for the leper's accuracy problems. I think I'm going to get tactics for now. Not Adenal. Zealous speech. Zealous vigil. That's actually quite nice. It reduces his stress and also prevents midnight surprises. Unshakable leader isn't too bad. Let's see. Clarinel's being treated, so she can't get any. Koliar has almost all of his unlocked already. How about the other sword evolve? Let's see. Field dressing. Marching plan. Triage. None of the ones she doesn't have are that impressive. See, tracking could be useful for Vayne, but not really sure. What does the abomination even have? So psych up, powering himself up, but he freaks his companions out when he does it. The quickening, which just increases speed. Eldritch blood, just kind of embracing his beasthood, and anger management, which increases his stress but de-stresses everyone else. Okay, Vastal is missing, so I can't do anything with her. Rord does not have sharpened spear. She really should. See, Revel isn't that good. Battle Trance is good, and she already has it. Sharpened spear, and I'm not a big fan of Reject the Gods, but Encourage is quite useful, so I'll get that. And Bowen. Let's see, he already has Reflection, which is probably his best camping skill. And I'd say that's enough spending because while supplies won't cost anything for the next mission, if we fail to bring back gold after the next mission, we still need to supply another mission off of what we have here. So I'm still going to keep about 7,000 gold in the bank in case something goes horribly wrong. Who am I kidding? Something always goes horribly wrong. Anyway, this is going to be the end for this part. Thank you all for watching. I love you all, and I will see you next time.